Welcome, guys. I'm Mark Boz alongside Troy Lopez, head coach of women's golf, with Mia Scrimgeour and Zoe Dean. Also here, Coach Lopez, we're going to start off with you. First question. You guys just competed in the 2026 Women's Palm Valley Classic, and you guys finished 16th. You guys faced and performed well against some tough competition. What was it that what were your overall thoughts from the tournament that you guys just came from?
Yeah, overall thoughts of the tournament was, constant growth in our program and the development of what we're doing with our women's team, and just, playing with that many different competitive teams. It can be tough. It can be very overwhelming. We've never played in that competitive of an environment before. So for all of our girls to see that many teams, great teams in the region, some of the great teams that came across the country to play in the entirety of the tournament, it means a lot for them to figure out how to get stuff done, and I think we're doing that more and more. We got tested in Florida, we got tested in Arizona, and so, yeah, the girls did a pretty good job this past week of achieving that.
And as of late, the last two tournaments, the team has shot some of the best rounds this season so far, and they're averaging 305 strokes per round, nearly 8 strokes better than the actual season average. What have you seen from the last few tournaments from the team that has gotten them to perform at their best the past few rounds?
I think for one is just figuring out what self really means when you're out on the golf course, right? Nobody's gonna go save you out there during your rounds. So if you're gonna have a good bit of self-pity towards yourself, you're gonna swallow it, and it's gonna be difficult for you to get out of it. So I think what our team has really done well is adjusting to adversity, adjusting to what the environment is, adjusting to what the day and the round is going to give you. And that's pretty tough to do in such an individual sport where you can beat yourself down constantly. So it's keeping a holistic attitude. It's keeping the mindset of just keep going no matter what really happens out there. And collectively we can do that. We can figure things out. So in the scoring averages of what the last couple tournaments have shown compared to what our overall scoring average looks like, well, that's also attributed from some things that happened in the spring that wasn't as pleasant. But now that we're moving into a much more pleasant light, and that we're really playing some really good golf now, it's an average of those things, right? Again, I like the beginning of the year, in the spring, where I said, I think that we're getting better and that we're figuring things out, and our overall ranking, our overall scoring average doesn't fully reflect upon how good this team is and how good they're getting.
And next question is for Mia. Mia, as of late, you've been playing some of your best golf this year, and that's highlighted by your career low over there in Florida. What is it that's been clicking for you as we're going into the LSC championship?
Honestly, I don't think there's one specific thing. I was injured in the fall, so I definitely didn't have a good chance to show the type of player that I am. But I think it's really the last 3 years of my college career that have been able to attribute to the player and the person that I am now, and being on such a supportive team where everyone wants everyone to do really well all the time. It's easy to want to do better, not only for yourself, but for every other girl that's also fighting out there. I love all of them, and we're all best friends. So it's if I do good, then they're going to do good too, and we're going to win as a team. And I think that's kind of the thing that I have been wanting to do all year, and I haven't quite been able to get there yet. So I was I cannot finish my college career on this. And so I've kind of been fighting that extra bit harder, being I am going to finish on a high for myself, obviously, personally, but also so that they can have the year that they want.
All righty. Next question for Zoe. As one of the longest tenured members of the team, what have you seen from this group so far this year that has helped you guys trend upwards all season?
I think our personalities click really well, which if you have a golf team and everybody gets along so well, it's so easy to improve in your golf game at the same time. If everybody's vibing and nobody's has any kind of negative feelings towards the other, it's so much easier. Like Mia was saying, you feel supportive going out on the golf course, and you just positive vibes the whole tournament, and it's always a fun time. And when you have fun, you start playing good, and that's what produces good scores, I think. So.
And staying with you, Zoe, you guys are traveling this weekend to go to the LSC Championship next week in Rockwall, Texas. What are some of the little things that you guys are dialing in as you guys prepare for next week?
Me personally, I'm definitely dialing in on my wedges and putting, because this last tournament is actually, it kind of pointed out our weaknesses and what we needed to work on going into conference. And so I think all of us are taking what we did kind of like not as good in the last tournament and improving on that for conference, and we'll see if like it works. But I mean, I'm working on my wedges and putting. I know, Mia, you're working on your irons. Like, we're all working on something that we know we are going to need for conference. And we're also all working on our mental game, you know, mental skills, because conference is a big tournament, and we all want to improve our very best. So, yeah.
And Mia, similar question to you. What is some of the things that you're trying to dial in as we're heading into, maybe for you or as a team as a whole? What are some of the things?
Yeah, like Zoe said, I also am doing wedges. The past tournament definitely highlighted things for me. Usually my up and downs are great, and that's one thing I really rely on, and I didn't have that the past week. So I realized just how important that is in my game. So I'm trying to work on that. And then honestly, just for me, my mental game going into this being like, this is my last one. Like, yes, it's a tournament and it's important, but also like, this is the last ever college tournament that I'm going to get to play. So I want to be present and in the moment and really just enjoy every hole, every shot that I get to play out there, and kind of do it as like a, I'm so grateful to be here, you know, tournament, rather than just, I want to do well. It's, I'm so glad I get to be here.
And Coach Lopez, last question for you. You guys are getting ready to face a lot of familiar faces next week, a lot of people that we've talked about before. You wanting to get that upper hand on them and maybe them getting the upper hand on you. What are your expectations coming out of next week?
Yeah, expectations is to see the entirety of the growth of the season. You know, from the beginning and where we started to where the middle, what that looked like, you know, at midway a semester, to where we've really, you know, figured out a lot of things into the springtime. So, you know, conference for a lot of people was a big emphasis. We try to put the emphasis on it is just another event. Yes, it is the conference championship. Yes, it has a lot of more holding weight to it. But at the end of the day, it is another event for us to have an opportunity to go out there and keep succeeding on what we want to do. So with all of our conference teams that we see quite a bit in our region as we play throughout the duration of the year, there's a lot of them that we've seen a good bit of, and some of them have bested us. We've bested a few of them, but we have an opportunity to go really show what we've learned throughout the duration of this year and apply it to, you can say, somewhat of the biggest test of the year, but for us, it's just a regular week just to go handle some more business.
All righty, Coach. Thank you. That'll be it.
All right. Thank you, guys. As always, go Hogs.